Hello everyone, hope you're well. This is CoinsKid. Just going to dive into XRP once again. Thank you for support. Okay, big of the CoinsKid cruise. So XRP is doing really well. It's a little bit boring, a little bit stagnant, and like I've said to you, and if you've been with this channel for a very long time, you will know that I do tend to look at opportunities in the channel. I look at other opportunities. If something's come up and it's consolidating a range, I will look at other opportunities with you, and a lot of people get annoyed with me and things like that, but I'm just always trying to find opportunity in this market, and this is what I do, so if something's coming up and it's going sideways, I'll always begin to look at other coins that potential trades, going long, short, whatever, and that boring sort of price consolidation, which is exactly what I think XRP is in right now. So I do anticipate we will see a break of that all-time high for XRP. I just think it's ran into it, it's having a bit of correction, consolidation and range, and it's looking to bust out. There is a clue in a major chart, and I've relayed this to you before. This was a reason I was extremely bullish on risk and most importantly XRP. But like I said to you, XRP is a laggard. What you'll see is one chart break, fantastic, the other chart break, brilliant, and then that's the clue to XRP. For anyone paying attention, I said to you the S&P 500 is boss, then Bitcoin will make the all-time high, and then XRP will follow suit, okay, towards the end of the cycle, and that's exactly what we've got. XRP is right now breaking out the all-time high, it's doing really well, but it's got a little bit boring, a little bit choppy, and this is where I do look at other opportunities across the board with yourselves. I've been doing this for many years with yourselves. So the S&P 500, I did relay to you in early January of 2023, it broke out that level of resistance, the downtrend, a 5-wave corrective structure, ABCD structure right there. At that point, XRP bottomed in that January as well, and that's where I did flip extremely bullish on the S&P 500 and obviously XRP as well. So far so good, we're absolutely cruising and crushing this market, but at some point I will flip bear, okay? I will flip bear. You won't like it, but it is what it is, because I'm just respecting the 5 waves up. And obviously all the data points, if you're paying attention, write them in your notebook. I am going to make a list on CoinsKid.com of all the things we need to see for the exit strategy basically on XRP. So like I've relayed to you, I'm not selling XRP at the minute. I know a lot of people are. I know a lot of people are selling XRP to jump in Fart Boy, but I have relayed to you, I think that's very risky. Okay, I've only put a little bit into Fart Boy. I've not gone all in my life savings, and I'm not a financial advisor, but wouldn't necessarily advise that you do the same as well. It's doing incredibly well, fantastic. It's a community coin, brilliant, big thumbs up. It's doing really well, but a minimal risk trade for me, okay? And this is something I relay to you in the channel. For me, meme coins are a very minimal risk trade. I'm still in my XRP position, but at some point I will rotate that XRP when I think it's done into a different coin. But anyway, aside from all that, I'll give you an update on that in time. But the S&P 500 for me is a major clue, and it's done something for me, which is an incredible statement, okay, for XRP, and no one's paying attention to it. So I'll show you that in a moment. But I did relay this to you way back when in mid 2023. The S&P 500 5-day time frame giving up for an explosive move here, looking pretty tasty on the 5-day. Every time the 20 and 55 5-day EMAs took out the median of the Gaussian channel was a major buying opportunity. And this is something I relay to you, but I remember at the time it didn't feel like it, okay? Stay bearish all you want, but the charts are screaming bull. Remember, data not emotion. So this was a beautiful signal on a 5-day time frame. You come down here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is basically a 5-wave overlapping corrective wave. You broke out this level of resistance in January, back tested, see you later, and you start to create the golden cross through the medium. So this was a data point that I relate to the CoinsKid crew, why I'm incredibly bullish here on XRP. I think we're coming up in the first impulsive wave, which we did in the summer of 2023 to the 1.618 at 82 cents. At that point I flipped macro bear, looking for the big wave 2 correction. We got that correction, it came back, lasted a little bit longer than I anticipated, to be honest with you, and then boom, we've bolted that third wave, which is what I think we're in right now. So I'll dive into the charts with you in a moment, but I just want to show you something the S&P is doing right now, which has got me incredibly bullish going forward for XRP. And I don't necessarily think that this bull market's over, although at the minute, during this horrible boring price consolidation where it's going sideways, it just doesn't feel like an attraction, does it? It just feels a bit boring, a bit sideways, boring, snorefest sort of price action. But I do think it's consolidating a range for the next leg up, and I'm going to show you why, okay? So looking at S&P 500, really simple data point in January of 2023, broke out its little resistance, beautiful, 5-wave correction, boom, 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 like I've taught you, 5-wave counter right there, simple, broke out back to see you later, incredibly bullish for an impulsive move to the upside, which we've got. This particular chart is a cheat sheet, and it's something I've been showing you for a very long time. A lot of people are extremely bearish on Bitcoin and obviously XRP as well, but like I said to you, this is number 1, Bitcoin's number 2, and then boom, number 3. So if this is bullish and Bitcoin's bullish, then expect XRP to be bullish. You can't expect XRP to be bullish and these two, Bitcoin and the S&P 500, not to be bullish, because it doesn't work like that. It sort of goes down the line basically, and XRP's down there waiting to play catch up. It's really simple, technical analysis right there. So if this is bullish, fantastic. It doesn't matter what XRP is doing, it's actually bullish. But eventually what happens is, as this comes towards the end of its cycle, this is where you start to see Bitcoin playing catch up and XRP playing catch up, and that's exactly what's happening right now. So this actually has made an all-time high. Right now it's entering price discovery. So really simply, I think what this has done, and if you take a look at the fibs, this is boss. Basically there's your one fib. You come up, you retrace, a little bit of resistance in these fibs along the way, then you broke out, look at that one fib, come up, boom, slam bang into the 1.272, correction, slam bang into the 1.414, correction, slam bang into the 1.618, correction. So right now we're coming up like this. So I do anticipate that the next level of resistance in this particular chart, where we could see quite a bit of a correction, to be honest with you, in the S&P 500 and XRP and Bitcoin, is on a 2 fib at 6634. So that's what I'm eyeballing right now. I'm looking for that. I think if we march towards that, I'll most definitely be looking to relay that message to you at this point. Okay, what XRP is doing, I'll take a bit of profit off the table, and Bitcoin, and it could be the start of a major correction, okay, going forward, some kind of big macro correction, because simply from here we've got a 1 into a 2 into a 3 into a 4, and right now you're coming up in final fifth wave territory for me. Now this third wave here, look at the power of it, it's really broke out the all-time high. So I think that's your third wave potentially done. This is some kind of parabolic growth curve here. Eventually this will break down, and when it breaks down, it'll be like this correction here, okay, which will come down to the previous pivot high and the previous swing high. Really simple, okay. At that point it could actually be the bottom of the, you know, the macro correction that we'll go through, and this particular target here, the 2 fib at 66634, could be the trigger point for that big macro correction. So stay tuned for that analysis, okay. So just if we take a look at this correction, you've got that pivot high there where you come off a corona dump, swing high, swing low, find support where you go. That's exactly where we found support. So if we come up here like this and start to break the structure of a parabolic growth curve, I'll become bearish. But the buyback and the bottom of the bear, the bottom of the macro correction, could simply be the 1 fib before the continuation there. So we'll keep an eye on this particular chart going forward. At some point it will break down, okay, it will come in for a correction. Don't be disillusioned. What goes up must come down, and I'll try and find that resistance and the breakdown in this particular chart for you. And this right now is confidence why I do think, and I'm not perm bull, whatever, I'm just relaying the data to you, I think the next level of resistance here is a 2 fib. I want to see what happens there. Do we get rejected? If we do, I'm out. And it really is that simple, and it's a message I relay to you. And people say, no way, XRP is going to go to $1 million and things like that. But it's just confluence in this particular chart, you know, that if you take a look right now, you can clearly see, if we drop the XRP chart in, all the way down here, when this is being bullish and this is pulling back, XRP is actually bullish because this is bullish. It's really simple. You can clearly see when this had a correction there on 1.272, look at what XRP did at the correction. Had a correction there on 1.414. What did XRP do? Have a correction. So at this point, when it's a 2 fib, I do anticipate, okay, it could be confluence and a trigger point for a macro correction for XRP, which could be that wave 4 correction. So stay tuned for that, okay? Let me dive into the XRP chart right now to show what I'm looking at. But so far, so good. This is why I remain bullish on this crypto market, and it's why I was incredibly bullish on that break just there in January of 2023 of this resistance trend line. I was incredibly bullish for XRP and Bitcoin, because at that particular time frame as well, go back to the videos, Bitcoin closed above a 20-week EMA. So like I said to you, impulsive for this, impulsive for Bitcoin, and impulsive for XRP. Beautiful. Let's dive into the XRP chart, see what we can see, okay? Look at XRP on the weekly time frame. My primary count at the moment, from here, this is a truncation of a correction, very similar to a previous cycle. You know, I've gone through this with you many times before, that this particular correction just there is exactly the same as that correction just there, okay? And then we bottomed in January 2023 for XRP, and a final fifth wave down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of it, expanded flat, a zigzag ABC correction basically, and a truncation in January 2023. And from there, that's the first time that we saw that 5-wave move up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It was a leading diagonal of an impulsive wave 1 basically, and I've gone through this with you so many times. You know, it's my primary analysis that from here we've had a 1. This was wave 2, and right now you're still in the third wave coming up. So again, you don't have to do what I do. I will most definitely be looking to take a bit of profit when I start to see a trigger point in the XRP chart with confluence of many other data points, but I'll most definitely look to you know, swing my bag, which is exactly what I did there on the 1.618 fib, and I relay that to you. 1.618 Fibonacci extension, which is basically the 82 cents in the summer of 2023. That was my primary target down here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, leading diagonal off this low here to the 82 cents for those people who remember. So that was my primary wave 1, ABC corrective, overlapping nasty wave 2 is awful, and then come back up, break out, here's your 1, here's your 2, here's your 3, 4, and you're in 5th wave right now, so you're coming up. So I think that what we've got is a very rinse repeat cycle from this cycle. You know, I've been looking at this carbon copy basically. So 3, we'll enter wave 4, possibly the trigger point is the S&P 500 in that 2 fib. Okay, we'll come back, you know, and again, if you look at the duration of this wave 2, it was over a year. So from July 2023 to July 2024, this correction took 1 year to play out. So this impulse took roughly January of 2023, 7 months later in July it was done. So we started this in when did we start this? In July. So 7 months, you're looking over the next couple of months it'll be done, isn't it? You know, so basically a little bit of confidence at that particular point. If this does start to come up, okay, and we start to see the S&P 500 in its level of resistance on the 2 fib, and we enter a correction at that point, then we could say, okay, there's a bit of confidence right there. Okay, we enter a wave 4, come back, and then we have the final 5th wave of this particular cycle, and then it's the same. Basically, it's the same as this leg here, which we, you know, is a primary expectation. Really, really simple. So from this low here, you know, we've got this ABC correction just there, ABC that met the 1414 fib, just like this did. ABC met the 1414 fib. You know, a corrective phase of a bull market, and then boom, you're coming up in this last phase of an impulse, which consists of 5 waves like it did here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you got the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 scenario. So this is what I'm looking at. This is what I think is in front of us. Whether or not, you know, you want to ride this with me, but I do think we'll hit a wave 3 level of resistance. My minimal target of the wave 3 is $4. I do actually think it could go beyond that, and again, I'm just looking for the data point to ring true to say, okay, boom, we've hit the trigger point for a wave 4. We'll come back. This wave 4 could be horrible. It could be, I think it should be some kind of alternation, which is a zigzag. It can actually afford to come all the way back to the wave 1 high and still be bullish, which is around about 93 cents, I think it is, which is your summer high of 2023, and still remain bullish. So it could get really, really nasty, and then, you know, we'll have a final 5th wave coming up, and that's it. I think the cycle's done, you know, and it's rinse repeat on crypto street. This cycle here, however high it goes, you know, I hope it goes higher, and I hope it takes off in space. I absolutely do, like this one here, but I just think we've got a rinse repeat on crypto street, and this is why I've been able to ride these waves so well. You know, even the buyback just on the 1414 fib, it was the same as previous cycle for anyone paying attention. ABC 1414, ABC 1414. This is why at this point I relay to you, it's the same as this cycle. All this is a corrective phase of a bull market after an impulse. Okay, ABC, and then you got another impulse. Look at that, and this is what we're in right now, another impulse. So far so good. I don't see any invalidation, but please, you know, nothing I say is financial advice. This wave 4, because of the duration of this wave 2 here, it could be short-lived or it could be long. Who knows? No one's got a crystal ball. Okay, no one knows how long it'll be, but I do anticipate some kind of nasty wave 4 correction, zigzag or whatever. Now, where could the wave 4? Let's do a thought experiment. Let's say, okay, we're really taking off right now. We hit like $4, $5 or whatever. Then we come in for the wave 4. This can actually afford to come all the way back in a zigzag to that wave 1 high, and then still remain bullish and come back up. Really that simple. So we've got to be careful. You know, buying the top and buying these big green candles, you can get shafted with these big red dildos, which is basically a correction. So if it does play out like this, you can clearly see that it's quite a long duration wave 2, and then the wave 4 was quite short before the final 5th wave. So you get this acceleration. So in theory, okay, so we've got this sort of 7-month impulse, year-long correction, and right now we're accelerating like this. So it might not be as long as, you know, the wave 2 correction. It could be over sometime this year, which obviously marries up, for those people that are paying attention, my bear market scenario that starts this year for Bitcoin. So it could marry up, you know, we could be finishing this impulse this year absolutely for XRP. So I'll leave you with that. And again, I'm looking for the invalidation. My minimal target of the wave 3, remember, this is not the end of the bull run. A lot of people saying it's the end of the bull run. My minimal target that I gave you way back down here as we were correcting to this 40 cents to $4 target is my minimal target for wave 3. It can absolutely go beyond that, but I'm looking for more data in the charts and more data points that I relay to you in many videos, potentially a trigger point with the S&P 500 for the wave 4 correction, which I think could be quite nasty, you know, in this crypto market for XRP, and it could shake a lot of people out. But from here, you know, impulsive corrective, and a final impulsive move that could come as far and as high as these fibs. Who knows? No one's got a crystal ball. Hope you enjoyed that update. But my minimal target, please remember this, my minimal target in this bull run for XRP is the final 5th wave. I think we've got a chance here. It could go to the 1.2 fib, 1.272 fib at an absolute minimal, and that is $8.31 in this bull market for XRP. Okay, so you understand the update. Stay healthy, stay strong, stay tuned. Nothing I say is financial advice. Take care, everyone. Back to another update on XRP. Bye bye.